So we're at the Whirlpool State Park in Niagara Falls. You can hear the gorge, maybe. I'm not sure how well this microphone picks it up. It's January 31st. It's sunny out. As sunny as it can get for Niagara Falls in the winter. So I figured come out here and take a look at the Whirlpool. It's nice to walk the gorge rim in the summer and in the winter. It's a little more difficult in the winter, especially if you're going to deal with stairs. But what you'll see is stunning views. And there's not a lot of people around. I would say less than a dozen. Originally, I thought I was going to start here and maybe walk towards Devil Hole, but I think we're going to turn that around and we're going to walk towards Niagara Falls. Haven't been to Niagara Falls in some time, at least down this path. They've done a lot of remodeling down here. New fencing, and they cleared a lot of the brush, which is rather nice. Some folks ask, you know, how far does the jet boat go? Usually that's it. It'll go as far as here. It won't go any further up the river. As you can tell that it looks like, well, it's obvious that the up there towards the falls looks a lot more treacherous than down here. So like I said, here we are in the end of January, so there's not much going on, not many people. Sometimes that's a good way to take in the sights. The border's still closed, but I wouldn't mind going down there. When we've been on the jet boat in the past, we've seen our Canadian brothers and sisters hanging out. Actually, some of them doing some swimming, believe it or not. I mean, there's slow parts. It's not all quick current. So, you know, I think that's possible. See you in a bit.
Well, you got me out of the house, and it's 10 degrees outside here at Whirlpool State Park, freezing my booty off. but it's a beautiful sight to take a look.
Nobody here today. Just me, fabulous Regina, and the snow. To tell you the truth, you don't see as many people on the US side. Because most people like that hustle and bustle. Canadian side is more touristy. So if you're into like more ecotourism, you know, taking in the natural surroundings of the gorge rim or into the gorge, it's really interesting in the gorge. Then the US side is a lot better. Like I said, this used to be a large green wall. I mean, you could see where they had people come through and cut down some of this vegetation. Because at one point in time, you know, folks were like, hey, we can't cut anything down. And then what was created was just this large green wall in the summertime, and you couldn't see the spectacular views. I mean, just take a look at that. And you can see right there, there's a lot of vegetation cut down, but it was necessary. Really a breathtaking view behind me. Just a few years ago, what you're looking at right there was there was a highway there. I'd say it was a parkway. It was part of the Robert Moses Parkway system. Just about everything was named after him around here. And he was a big fan of driving places, getting to spaces via the car. And a lot of that's changed. It'd be fantastic. Doesn't even feel like 20 degrees out here, but it is.
Wind chill of 10.
Wind chill of 10 degrees. See a better view of those stairs. The platform. That might have been part of the rail system. I don't know if you could see, it's right about there. Because again, there used to be a rail system. You could take to Lewiston. But after all this erosion, and you could see signs of that, the rocks falling. In fact, I think some of this fence up here is falling in. In the distance, you have the Seneca Niagara Casino. Thing I've learned, sometimes it's, I mean, you're heading in one direction, but sometimes it's good to take a look behind you, because sometimes you'll get some amazing views. So it looks like we came to the end of the trail. Well, it pushes you up towards the street. It's interesting though, because right here it says do not enter private residence. That's interesting. In the past, I know that if you managed the park, you actually had a residence that you could have in the park. And I had thought that a lot of that had ended. But you know what? We'll have to look into it. See who's actually living there.